Thank you so much, our MC for the day, our Honorable Minister of State, Honorable Harriet. We sincerely want to appreciate you for accepting us to be in this space. The delegation from the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, especially the technical team that we've been working with, we would like to also recognize you. A civil society fraternity that has been working closely with us on the Land Awareness Week preparations for this year, which is the 10th Land Awareness Week that we are also having. I want to recognize your presence, but I would like to request the technical leads that have been supporting us, especially from Pelham, Uganda, and civil society organizations present, just stand up for recognition so that the Honorable Minister can see you. I don't know where the others are. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. I'm sure that some are on their way coming. The person speaking to you is Josephine Akia Luimbazi, the Country Coordinator for Participatory Ecological Land Use Management, Pelham, Uganda, who is the lead civil society organization working closely with the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development in the Land Awareness Week preparations. Honorable Minister, as you are aware that this is going to be the 10th Land Awareness Week, this means that we've had 9 Land Awarenesses weeks before. We started this journey in 2017, where we held our very first maiden Land Awareness Week, and this was held in the Rwenzori Sub-region. When we were in Acholi, quite a number of issues came up, and we are happy to note, Honorable, that as I speak about the chronology of the Land Awareness Week, I'll also be highlighting key achievements or that resulted from the Land Awareness Week. When we were in Rwenzori Sub-region, we were hosted in Amuru district, and this is when we got to unearth the issue of Apa and Apa and Amuru land issues, which were later brought to the floor of Parliament and handled under the leadership of the Speaker then, Rebecca Kadaga. In 2018, we moved to Karamoja Sub-region, where we also unearthed issues around land mining, but also the issues around Rupa and Nadangat administration boundary that was resolved through surveying and mapping. In 2019, we moved to the Teso Sub-region, where we were hosted by Soroti district. And here we also interfaced with the issues around Katine. And the main issue of contention was the compensation when it comes to the land, to the ministry projects, especially the rural electrification, which has hence also been resolved. In 2020, we moved to West Nile and were hosted by Nebi district, where we interfaced with cultural leaders, and we had aspects also resolved, especially wildlife issues around there and peaceful coexistence, but also registration processes. In 2021, we moved to Central Region in Buganda, and here we also looked at a number of aspects that were relating around the Bibanja and landlord compensations and Busulu issues, which were also resolved ably by the ministry. In 2022, we were in Kigezi Sub-region, where we also looked at aspects there, and specifically, we looked at the issues around Batua and their land compensation. We all know that Batua are some of our indigenous communities innate to the forests in that region, and there were issues there that needed to be resolved. This also saw itself on the floor of Parliament, and I'm happy to share that this was also handled by the direction of the Attorney General to ensure that we again revisit these issues, and this is also currently being resolved. In 2023, we were still in Buganda, and we were hosted by Wakiso, where we also looked at the issues of Busulu, Bibanja, and landlord aspects that also were brought to the attention of the ministry. In 2024, we moved to Busoga Sub-region, and here there were issues on legal documentation, especially around the exploitation that happens with the sugarcane plantations, especially by the companies versus the land issues that the communities are always bringing. In 2025, we were in Bugisu and Sebei Sub-region, where we also looked at aspects of the cases between the lower belts, and also a number of certificates of customary land ownership were distributed in this region. So 2026 is here, and we are moving to Rwenzori Sub-region, where we shall have over 10 districts participating in this process. When we are in these areas, what happens? Honorable Minister, we work closely with the leadership of the technical team from the ministry, where we engage different district leadership, especially the RDCs, the cows, the technocrats at the district when it comes to aspects of land. And here we always have a team that is composed of the technocrats, the people from the district, but we also have civil society actors and the legal fraternity as well. What happens when we go to the districts? We shall have a flag off on the very first day, which is Monday, on the 24th, where we'll now have different teams move to the different districts. Well, at the district, we always begin by having a maiden meeting with the district leadership to inform them of our intentions, but to also seek for their collaboration and partnership in the Land Awareness Week. During this process, we have community dialogues where we sensitize community members on aspects of land. We also work closely with the ministry and sensitize the community on the National Land Information System for them to be able to verify their land registrations, but also ask as many questions as possible. We are aware that there is a lot of work that is going on in terms of land titling, especially at district, and we have been reliably informed that there will be distribution of these forms at the district level, and more sensitization and information will also be provided at the district. We also do community dialogues where we provide a free and open space for the land actors, especially the community members, to clearly share their land disputes, but also inform us of any aspects that they feel should be brought to our attention of the civil society actors, cultural leaders, district leaders, but also the ministry that we work with on this journey. And from that process is where we are able to identify quite a number of issues that happen, and we bring this to the attention of government. As we're speaking, we've also been able to work with the government to investigate allegations and establish the truth. It has come to our attention that there are some hotspots within Rwenzori region that we need to look out for, whereas some have already been earmarked. Bundibujo and Kasese, we are still working out on this, and we hope by the end of the Land Awareness Week, we shall have identified the issues that are coming up through that process. So currently, our major focus on the Land Awareness Week is to ensure that we are promoting secure land rights for productive land use and economic transformation. This is our theme for the 10th Land Awareness Week that we are going to be holding. So the partners here present and civil society actors, we call upon you to use this platform to amplify accurate information, but also support responsive land services, strengthen community level awareness, ensure that women, youth, smallholder farmers, and vulnerable groups are meaningfully reached. We intend to achieve this through the activities that have been lined up. The success of the national effort will be measured not only by the conversations that we are going to have during the week, but also by the actions that follow through the recommendations and the communique that we share and we submit to the Honorable Minister, and we are really hoping that you'll be there to grace the closure of this event. Pelham Uganda would like to reaffirm its commitment to working with the Ministry of Lands and Housing, the local governments, the traditional leaders and religious leaders in all the communities that we have engaged, but also are yet to engage, the media and all stakeholders to ensure that the messages of the 10th Land Awareness Week translate into practical knowledge, strengthen land registration and protection, reduce the land conflicts, and sustainably, we achieve use of our resources, especially land, to ensure that we deliver that Uganda that we want and the prosperity that our president has always been speaking to. When land rights are secure, families invest with confidence, families produce with dignity, communities live in peace, and the nation builds prosperity on a foundation that cannot be taken away.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Fellow Ugandans, members of the press, distinguished partners, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Harriet Ntabazi, the Minister of State for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, in charge of land. And today, with me are my team members, staff members who have moved with me. They can also stand up for recognition. And it gives me great honor to officially announce to the country and to the whole world the upcoming 10th National Awareness Week, organized by government together with our partners. And the Land Awareness Week will be held in the Rwenzori this time, the Rwenzori region, from Monday 24th to 29th of August 2026. And this one will be under the theme promoting secure land, promoting secure land rights for productive land use and economic transformation. Promoting secure land use for productive land use and economic transformation. This theme was picked carefully because it recognizes that the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development has serious concern about how land is being acquired and how land is being utilized. It also it is organized by this ministry, which I head, in partnership with the local governments of the Rwenzori region and the Pelham, Uganda, which is our partner. The civil societies, land actors, and other stakeholders, including the district local governments, where we shall be going, more especially in Kasese, Fort Portal City, and Toroko, Bundibujo, Kamwenge, Kabarole, Bunyangabo, Chegegwa, and Chenjojo. So all the 10 districts of Rwenzori region are all covered. And the week is presented as more than a government calendar event, but it is a normal platform of taking land governance closer to the people and strengthening awareness of land rights and responsibilities in improving access to land services, procedures and processes, and encouraging productive and sustainable and responsible use of land. So it is not only a function, but it is intended to achieve a certain goal at the end of it all. We all know the challenges that are faced by the region. Rwenzori region in particular, like any other region in Uganda, has faced conflicts over land ownership, boundaries, unregistered customary land, cases of land grabbing, environmental degradation, encroachment around the national parks, the human-wildlife conflict, and the lack of legal documents for most customary land owners, the limited understanding of land rights and responsibilities, and the landslides and land degradation, which has caused displacement of indigenous communities and landlessness caused by natural disasters and other pushing factors, as we shall highlight, which have highly affected the population and built population pressure and negative effect on land fragmentation, among others. The Land Awareness Week seeks also to bridge the gap by creating a platform for government, civil society organizations, cultural leaders, religious leaders, and other community leaders to listen to their concerns and to provide legal, technical, and practical solutions that strengthen land governance and promote harmony and restore peace and harmony in the Rwenzori Sub-region. You are all aware that Rwenzori has gone through very many challenges which have almost pushed us behind in terms of development. And because of running out and in of our pieces of land, some of our land has been fully affected. This week seeks to address that. And this year's Awareness Week will bring together a wide range of stakeholders and critical government agencies and land managers and management institutions, which will participate in ensuring that land governance goes hand in hand with economic development. And some of these will include cultural institutions, with particularly the leadership of the Bakonzo, which is the Rwenzori Cultural Institution, the Bamba, which involves the Obudingia wa Bwamba Cultural Institution, the Banyabindi Cultural Institutions, the Basongora, the Batwa, alongside religious leaders and private sector actors who are going to join us. And these all will play a central role in ensuring that solutions are put forward, that solutions are rooted in communities to value our traditions that are non-discriminative. Now, the aim of this initiative is to empower communities, especially women, the youth, the persons with disabilities, and other vulnerable groups, including the land management institutions, by giving them access to knowledge, tools, and land services that protect their land and their rights. The government of Uganda, under my ministry, has been conducting surveying and mapping of all Church of Uganda Anglican land, because they were also partly vulnerable. And now, as we speak, countrywide, we've covered this. And all of the land of the church is going to be titled, and the titles will be given to them freely without any problem. Now, the local governments also, and land administration bodies and customary institutions will also be supported to strengthen their capacity to manage land issues fairly and transparently and effectively. Through community dialogues, we are going to have a lot of community dialogues, awareness building, and dissemination of simplified information on key government policies and legal documents like the National Land Policy, which all of you know, which is now undergoing scrutiny because there are some clauses that we need to work on and improve. The Land Registration Act and the National Land Use Policy and the Land Act itself, which we are working on. So there's also the Land Acquisition Act, the Physical Planning Act, the environmental laws, and the land regulations, which need to be known by all Ugandans. We shall disseminate all this, and all the district leaderships and the regional leaders and even the sub-county leadership up to the grassroots will get this information. We need it to be as open as possible so that even the person at the grassroots can explain what land is all about. We shall seek to promote justice, accountability, and sustainability in land governance. Now, throughout the 5 days, a wide range of activities will also be conducted, ensuring that the campaign is interactive with the communities. We shall put in place measures for people to ask and be answered. We shall put questions and answer sessions. We shall go on radios. We shall interact using all methods to make sure that it is all inclusive and impactful to the population. Now, this platform that we have created, such as debates, poems, music, dance, we shall even use dance, those ones which the young people maybe may understand better. Because when you go into talking only, others may not pick out. But when you make drama, you make poetry, and you make dance, the young generation will pick very fast, and even the older ones who are already exhausted with the speeches. So we are going to employ all these methodologies to make sure that there is various intra-community groups which are interactive with the land messages directly. We shall use the social media. We shall use social media campaigns which will complement on-ground activities, extending the reach, to reach the awareness to the general population, more especially the digital population of this country. Now we shall also have a mobile legal clinic, which will, among others, mostly be practical to interventionists providing free legal services. So we shall have tables put aside for those ones who have land issues and they want the government to help them, but they cannot afford legal fees and engaging the legal people to help them. So we shall have those lawyers there. We shall have the legal team there ready to help the population in terms of sorting out their matters. And providing, this one will be provided freely. And the services to the members, I think, will be easier. Because most of them are coming to the Minister of Lands, arguing with the rich people who have already lawyers and companies which are very rich, but they cannot access legal help. So this is going to help them to avoid their land being grabbed and taken for granted. Under the ministry's land economic and competitive program, which we are taking on, sensitizations will take place to guide landowners begin the efforts to register their land with the support of government. I had already announced this one in Bundiwijo district where I've been, and I also announced it in Fort Portal when I went for one of the functions for my colleague, the Honorable Margaret Mwanga. We are going to help the communities who cannot afford in selected districts to register their land, those ones who have not yet gotten land titles, to acquire them freely. More especially to the communities who cannot afford. And this one is going to begin immediately. Forms will be supplied, taken to the sub-counties, then later on to the district land board for proper management, so that now titles can be given to people who cannot afford for themselves. The legal clinics also will be open to everyone from the participating districts, creating a safe space for the citizens to freely access justice and advice. And at the same time, radio talk shows, as I told you, will be engaged widely. And in any place where there is TV, we can also access TVs, which are locally in those regions. Now, the RDCs have been requested throughout through the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance to provide the government airtime, because there is always free airtime for the RDCs at all the radio stations, government radio stations, which now is going to be accessed by the team that will be going. We expect that at the end of this year's awareness week, communities will be more knowledgeable about Uganda's land policies and about the laws of the land, and as well as the importance of land registration and also getting titles for their land in order to take steps to legally own their land without any problem. We also anticipate improved service delivery and accountability in both local and central government, and a strong response to the grassroots land and housing concerns, and more reliable documentation of land issues for more land owners to be comfortable and to do sustainable economic, to have a sustainable economy, and to have access to market for whatever they will put on their land. So we want to give people comfort. In this Kisanja no more sleep, we must involve people, because most of the land of the people has been grabbed because of ignorance, lack of awareness, lack of knowledge of the policies, lack of knowing what belongs to them. Widows have suffered, orphans have remained without land, land admins have taken sometimes the land for the children because of being given authority to steer family land without the children knowing their own rights, and the widow without knowing what it is supposed to belong to her. So it is most important that everybody goes to listen, and we expect to see strong collaboration among all actors at both the local and the national level, because it is all sector inclusive. It is a multi-sectoral approach. We are going to use all people, the Minister of Local Government, the Minister of Presidency using the RDCs, and all the Ministry of Lands and all ministries which are down, the Ministry of Environment and Water, because of the land which touches the wetlands and that land that touches forests. So it is a multi-sectoral approach. It is all inclusive, a whole government approach. And I want to again thank you very much for the partnership, Pelam, that you have given us, and the support, financial support, and all the support that you've given us together with the government of Uganda to make sure that this awareness week begins in the properly. And in any case, it began long time in 2017. As an added innovation this year, the land information system will be made available Remember, we've been talking about the land information system, which is going to help the community to reduce on the officers who have been interacting directly with documents. Reduce, so that everybody gets his title and no other title is added on top of another one. So the digitalization process has begun, and I want to tell you this system is going to help us once it is fully conceptualized and understood by the population. We are also going to add on another system which is a little hybrid, which is called the blockchain. And this one directly touches the people who have been inside the system, jumping the land information system, which was initially started. So this one is directly going to touch you. And if you are out there and knowing that you have a title on top of another person's land, this is the time you checked yourself. We have no time to waste with you. If you're a land grabber, please take caution. We are going to catch up with you. If you have been fraudulently acquiring land for widows, for orphans, customary, and all those land for individuals who are innocent, please rest assured the arm of government is going to reach you. We have been still studying, being new ministers, but time is coming. We are moving to you, and the hand of government will be felt directly. Now, citizens, we call upon you to join in. This is a fight for all of us, and all citizens will be assisted to register working together with the local land committees, together with the land boards, together with the ministerial zonal offices. We shall join hands to transact this mobilization and sensitization together. Even those seeking to pay busuru to their absentee landlords will be sensitized and shown what to do in order to avoid being forced to land eviction. So in conclusion, therefore, the Land Awareness Week is not just an event to celebrate or whatever, but a collective action to empower citizens to work with government to secure land rights, their land rights, resolve disputes, protect the environment, and build a foundation for the inclusive and sustainable development of PDM and other land use. I therefore call upon you, all leaders, all stakeholders, and all communities actively participate in this year's sensitization that begins next week, and together we can address our land challenges in the Rwenzori region. And being a minister from Rwenzori region, I thought this was necessary for you, and I thought it was a good package for my people to also not only understand but benefit from the efforts of your own daughter for God and my country.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. At this moment, I suggest that you stone the podium so that we can have questions from colleagues in the media, and then later we shall have a summary of Uganda. Questions, come this side. Those who wish to ask questions, please, we are